Williams.
I got him! Coming out! Watch outside!
Swiped away. And up the court come the Bucks on the break. No good from Ross.
That's not an opportunity he fails to convert very often.
And back to Minnesota, they were the 8th seed in the East last year, but still finished 6 games under 500. Still a lot of work for them to get above 500 and be in a position where, Steve, they are competing for home court in the playoffs.
Yeah, a lot of changes for the Bucks in the offseason, but a team that was able to sneak in last year, they're hopeful to make it once again this season. But it feels like they're kind of stuck in the middle right now.
And so it's the Hawks getting on the board first.
I'm open! Shoot that!
Perez.
Shoot that on you!
Number 15, he's guarded by Williams. And he starts out with a miss in this one. All right, let's go over to the sideline with Doris Burke.
Thanks, Kevin. I caught up with the Bucks head coach. This is a team that loves to run, and he wants to see them do what they love. Fast break basketball should be on the menu today, guys. We'll enjoy watching it.
And thank you, Doris. And he knocks down the first one.
The Hawks last season weren't really a bad offensive team, but they did have one of the more memorable offensive nights, and not for anything positive. In a January game against a tough Bulls team, the Hawks only scored 58 points over the course of the entire game.
So 1 for 2 that time at the stripe. As you said, the Hawks had one of the worst offensive nights, Clark, in the NBA, but overall, we're a solid offensive team, right around the middle of the league. Steve, just goes to show what can happen when a team goes cold.
Yeah, when you don't have that one guy who you can always lean on to score. I mean, there are going to be some nights where everything just misses, and I think that was the case that game against Chicago. It was kind of bizarre, but hey, over the course of 82 games, something's going to happen.
Now here's Williams.
Here we go, get it out quick!
Dishes it to Williams.
I got ball! I'm back!
Pass to his own. Nice ball movement here by Atlanta. Shot clock at 6.
My ball!
Takes the 3. Williams, number 7. The layup missed. Here is Ross. He's guarded by Williams. Pass it to Ross.
Come get it! You got him!
The pass to Perez. He set the screen. Kicks it to Ross. Fires the 3. That drops. Ross has got himself on the board with 3 there. Hawks have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Number 16, defended by Perez. Number 16 makes it off the glass.
Took advantage of some shoddy defense there. They've got to at least get a finger on it.
The Bucks trail. He feeds it to Ross. High, arcing shot. The shot is off. And Atlanta will go the other way with it. About 3 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Here's Perez. Takes it into the teeth of the D and converts the layup.
Yeah, and he's one player who doesn't need a lot of space to get to the basket. He's really crafty. The way he can blast his way straight through traffic. He's really strong.
And his body control is something else I like about him. I'm not sure how he does it, but the way he's able to hang in the air and change his shot to get it around the defender is truly amazing.
So it's the Bucks now. After the miss from Williams. The shot's good from Perez.
Beautiful finger roll to cap that drive off. He knows how to finish with some flair and flavor, guys.
Back door!
Number 16, defended by Perez. On the wing, Williams. Williams has a screen for Williams. Out of bounds, Milwaukee takes possession.
I tell you what, wandering aimlessly out of bounds like that might earn him a ticket to the bench.
The Bucks have gone 50% from the field, hitting 3 of 6 since the opening tip.
Out! One more!
Pass to Ross.
Back here. Back up.
Shot clock at 5. Number 13. He trains it as the shot clock ticks down. And Atlanta has possession, trailing by 4. Number 16, defended by Perez. Number 7, can't get it to go. And Milwaukee the other way. Pass to Perez. Goes up to this side, and that one hits back iron. Hawks have gone just 2 of 7 so far. A little bit of a slow start for them. Here's Williams. Rosario. It's good. Great play by Williams to set it up.
That's just a case of two teammates working perfectly together. One setting the screen and the other using it to get that separation.
Here is Doris. Pass to Perez. Feeds it to Ross. And so he earns a trip to the line. Official saw the contact and he'll shoot 2.
You know, when you're in the East, you don't have to necessarily be an above 500 team on the road, but you got to be close to 500. And the Bucks were a solid team on the road, and that's why they made the playoffs.
The first free throw is good. And Clark, you talk about the Bucks. They went 17 and 24 on the road last season. That might not be the most impressive mark, but it was still 7th best in the conference in terms of road wins.
Well, the East was pretty weak. We know that. And the Bucks making the playoffs at all was the perfect example of how weak the East was. But look, they can get better. They've got some young talent. They've got some things to be excited about. And one is the play of John Henson, second-year man from North Carolina.
For the last decade or so, Atlanta has been pretty consistent. Always seems to find a way to get to the playoffs, and part of that is they've been pretty good against the Eastern Conference.
And the Bucks making a change here. On the wing, Williams. There's the steal. And up the court from the Bucks on the break.
Boy, extremely opportunistic defense leading to those points there.
That dunk, Clark, coming within seconds of the steal.
Love the way they convert from defense to offense.
But that's what happens when you get all 5 guys on a string defensively ready to react and make a play.
No good. Great D that time from Ross. And for Atlanta last season, 29 wins against the rest of the conference. Steve, not an amazing total, but ending up over 500 usually gets you a playoff spot in the Eastern Conference.
And a lot of people worried that they would fall out of the picture last year after they traded away Joe Johnson. You know, they're not a team that can contend for a title, particularly not now with the departure of Josh Smith. But, hey, they're relevant in the East, and they've got some good young talent.
And now the first timeout called here for the Hawks.
Well, after a brief 2-year drought, the Bucks got back to the playoffs this past season, but it wasn't pretty once they got there. With several guarantees from players about upsetting the Heat, they didn't win a single game and were swept by the Miami Heat.
The Hawks trail by 7. There's the pick. Here's Williams. Smooth as silk on the finger roll. Williams has got 5. Back to the Bucks in the playoffs. In every aspect, they were overmatched by the Heat, and no one really thought they would upset them. But many thought, Steve, that they would at least win a game.
I wasn't one of them, Kelly. I thought they were overmatched from the start. You could tell in that series, Miami wasn't even interested until the fourth quarter. They knew they could just flip the switch and beat this Milwaukee team. And that's exactly what they did.
Can't get it to go. Hawks have gone 4 of 10 shooting the ball here in the first quarter. An amazing finish with a hand right in his face. He's got 7. Bucks leading by 3. Here is Ross. He passes it. No good on the three. Williams inside.
I got it.
He has not been on his game, and you know their deficit isn't totally on him, but he has not helped the situation.
Here's Perez. No luck. And Atlanta will go the other way with it. The feed to Williams.
Hey, swing it.
Left side Williams. Looking to get it going. Rebound Milwaukee.
I don't know if it's just me, but he's looked a step slow since the start of the quarter. His shooting has really suffered. Well, at least the defender got his money's worth on that one.
Yep, that was an easy whistle for the official.
And a moment now to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from here for the Bucks.
And they're knocking down that mid-range jumper so far.
They've established their presence in the paint tonight. Also, a lot of their scoring to this point coming from down low.
And the first one drops. A big group substitution here for Milwaukee.
You got it out. Put your pitch down there. I got shooters.
Both shots good from the stripe. And the Hawks with possession here. It's a 5-point game.
Hey, right there.
Castro defended by Cruz. The pass to Reyes. Puts up a three. Get it to go. So Milwaukee will take it the other way. To the middle. Here's Cruz. Cruz back up. And he's knocked off course by the D. The foul called. He'll shoot free throws. This is his first trip to the line tonight. No good on that one.
I got shooter. We're gonna push it on the miss. We're gonna push it on the miss. Rebound. Box here.
He's off on the second. The Hawks trail by 5.
Get that. We're done. The baseline.
The Hawks working the ball around. Pass to Castro.
Push it. Go.
6 on the shot clock.
Clock.
No good from Reyes. Bucks leading by 5. Number 11 gets it to go from beyond the arc. He has 7.
Good job creating just enough space to let that one fly.
Clark, they've been looking out of sync offensively.
You know what? A basket here would do a lot for their confidence.
Passes it to Reyes. Jacks up a 3. The Bucks have gone 7 of 15 from the field to this point. Number 7.
Don't let him tip that.
Number 87. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good. Atlanta's gone just 1 of 4 from three-point range here in the first. Castro, and once again off the mark by Atlanta.
And very quickly here in the first quarter, pronounced advantage for them on the glass.
Yeah, that's a trend they'd love to continue right through the next 3 quarters as well.
There's the pass to Cruz. Number 87. Number 33. And he drops in the layup off the glass. And it's a 10-point Bucks lead.
They've built a big lead here early.
Both defensively and offensively. They've been terrific right from the tip.
Get there. What's the run? I'm up.
1:53 left in the first quarter of the game. That shot wide open.
You might not think of him as a laser three-point shooter, but that shot was there for him, and he had to take it.
Pass to Cruz. Pulls it up.
I got
another
him.
basket for Milwaukee.
They've been outstanding here in the first quarter. Great spacing, excellent passing, and the three-point shooting has been unbelievable.
Let him shoot that.
Shot denied. Three-pointer. No good. And Atlanta will come the other way. And out of bounds as the Bucks gain possession. And the Bucks making a change here. Bucks leading by 9. Number 7, defended by Castro. Number 7. Great D that time from Castro. Atlanta's gotten just 2 of 6 to fall from three-point range so far in the first. Throws it up high.
Really hard to decide, guys, which was better, the pass, the catch, or the slam.
Clark, there's no wrong answer to that one, my friend. Sensational alley-oop all the way around.
Agreed. All of the above.
Number 33, and blocked. And it's out of bounds. The Bucks able to retain possession here. The Hawks making a switch here. Williams has checked in. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Taken away. Fast break, the Hawks. Number 24. Number 15. Nice persistence to tip it back up and in. And now just a 5-point Bucks lead.
Boy, nice tip in to salvage the points from the missed shot. And made it work.
And those second chance points, Clark, they do add up.
Yes, sir.
They sure do. That's why boxing out is so important. Defensively, you can't just let a guy get to the rim and not go.
And we reach the end of the first quarter. The Bucks on top, up 5. After this break, we'll be back with the start of the second quarter on 2K Sports. Now the second quarter getting ready to start up. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen from the Bucks, guys.
And how about the defense, guys? They have really controlled the lane with their shot blocking.
Yeah, excellent defense there. Every shot has either been altered or rejected.
Bucks leading by 5. Zero.
I got him.
Inside. And the layup's good off the glass.
Those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten in the first half here.
And I think they should really continue to work it down low, Clark. That's really going to free up the rest of their offense.
No shot.
6 to shoot. He kicks to win. Rebounded by the Bucks. Number 87. And that one's good. And it's a 9-point Bucks lead. Time called here. The Hawks decide to talk it over. And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to Doris Burke for an update. Hi, Doris.
Well, Kevin, a curious signing for the Bucks this offseason, bringing in Pachulia on a 3-year mid-level type deal. This is a team that already had a logjam in the front court with Sanders, Henson, Ilyasova, and Drew Gooden. The Bucks traded away promising forward Tobias Harris last year for what became a couple of second-round picks. They did much the same with Mbah Moute. It's all about getting the most out of your assets. Guys, we'll see how the Bucks do shuffling their pieces around.
It'll be interesting to see. Thanks, Doris. Gets to the rim for two with the D all over him.
Boy, they are just destroying them in the paint.
You could say that again, Steve. The defenders just aren't aggressive enough down low.
There we go. Get it out.
13. Penalty from three-point range. He has 5.
You know, they didn't leave him alone out there, but you've got to rubber band his hands. You've got to crowd him and smother him on the perimeter. Otherwise, he'll make you pay.
Passes it to Castro. Nice ball movement here by Atlanta. And here in the second, 2 minutes gone by.
Come back. Go straight. Got you. I got you straight.
0 defended by Castro. And he misses his first shot of the game.
Difficult shot from mid-range, and the defense was all over him.
Well, I like to close out there.
3 on 3. Number 12 takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely.
Boy, the floor really opened up for him there.
It sure did. I mean, that was a very late reaction from the defense there.
And we're now a little over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. It's blocked. Out of bounds, Hawks ball as Atlanta keeps possession. A big group substitution here for Milwaukee. Here in the second quarter, about 3 minutes played. Here's Williams. Atlanta again missing.
Not a bad look for him on that shot, but it just doesn't seem to be his night tonight.
Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down. He's got 7.
Well, one of the things that makes him special is his tendency to become red hot in just a matter of seconds. And you never know when it's coming. You know, all it takes is a shot or two, and he's rolling.
And you know, this is the other thing about him. He's very sophisticated as a one-on-one defender. No matter who he's matched up with, he consistently takes away their number one strength.
He dishes it to Ross.
Shot.
And Joe the Bucks with another bucket. The Hawks trail by 13.
Blows again.
Outside Williams.
Watch the
They
screen.
set the pick. And out of bounds as the Bucks gain possession. Perez, he's checked in for the Bucks. Here's Milwaukee now. They're on a 13-5 run here. Number 15. Misses with the left iron.
That's an unusual, surprising miss for him. Typically, he's good on those inside.
Number 16. Got it. Good job in the low post.
He's one of the best in the league at that. Even with just a tiny sliver, he always seems to find a way to get it up and in.
Go.
The pass to Perez. Number 15. From out in the wing, he knocks it down. And the Bucks lead by 13. Hawks have gone 3 of 7 shooting the ball here in the second quarter. Atlanta calls timeout. At this point of the game, always important to stay focused. And while the coach goes over the game plan, these players are getting a much-needed chance to rehydrate and refuel with Gatorade. And guys, we know the drill well, all 3 of us drinking the Gatorade too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no question.
right.
I mean, Kevin, people have no idea the fatigue that can set in during a telecast. And so it's important for us to stay hydrated all game long.
Clark, you're always hydrated.
Yeah, I try to be, but it's usually with a combination of H2O and Gatorade.
I love Gatorade. And look at Steve, got the Gatorade shirt on.
He's immersed in the Gatorade.
Yeah.
Gotta love it.
Here we go. Shoot it. No shot.
Number 15, defended by Perez.
Watch it.
Number 6, just 5 on the clock. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. The Hawks shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game.
Well, 72% as a team last year from the free throw line, so the struggles continue, guys.
Yeah, as a group, really a dismal year for them from the line last season, guys.
First one falls for him.
Get this board, fellas. Get this board. Pinch here, pinch here. Move back over here. Shoes on side.
That one misses, so he goes 1 for 2.
You know, so many games are decided by which team wins the rebound battle, and that's held true in this one so far, Steve.
And even if it's only a modest advantage that they have in that category, it's still a significant factor.
Outside Williams, releases, and he tucks that one in. Williams has got 5 points now this quarter. Bucks leading by 10. Nice ball movement by Milwaukee. They set the pick. There's the dish to Ross. Pass to Perez. Shot is blocked, and they're able to recover.
Well, probably the right play defensively. If you can't get the block, send them to the free throw line. Don't give them an easy 2.
No easy buckets inside. Force free throws and work to keep them out of the lane next time around.
The Bucks have shot 3 of 6 at the foul line. First free throw is good.
You got it out. You got it out.
Put you the pitch down there. I got shooting.
And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. The Hawks trail by 12.
Watch that shooting. Hey, turn around.
Outside Williams.
Oh, get back. Hey, I'm back.
Yo, kick it out, kick it out.
Look at 6. The 15-footer, and the jumper is good. Williams has got 7 points here in this quarter.
Well, offensively, he's taken a solid opening quarter and just built on it here in the second.
Passes it to Perez.
Ball.
They set the pick. From the arc. Hits it to go. 10 points for him.
The screenplay worked ideally there, and I'm not talking about the screenplay you see in a movie theater. Gave him more than enough room to get that shot off.
Here's Williams. And he slams it one-handed.
Boy, a terrific rebound and slam on the putback. He never gives up, always persistently pursuing the pumpkin.
And that's an essential quality for an offensive rebounder, an outstanding offensive rebounder that he is.
Yeah, he's got to go after it, and he does.
Yeah, he qualifies as one of the best in the league.
And Milwaukee calls their first time out of the game.
Looks like he saw some things out there that needed adjusting and wants to talk it over a little bit with his club.
I don't think you can ever go wrong burning a timeout if you see something you don't like and you need to talk about it.
Atlanta on D. They trail by 11. There's Perez.
Get it.
And again, it's Milwaukee converting.
A large part of what they've been able to do here is centered around his offense.
Williams passes to Rosario. Number 15, defended by Perez. They get it back. Misses from short range.
Solid rebound there, and with the score like it is, that's an area they just can't afford to get lazy with.
You know, I think the effort's been there, Steve, but they're still getting outworked just by a skosh.
Now let's send it to Doris from the sideline.
Well, Ersan Ilyasova, a rare breed, a stretch four who's also a big factor on the offensive boards. Ersan said, "That's part of my game, to be active. Some nights you aren't going to hit those shots, but if I have this in my pocket, just go in there and crash on the offensive glass. It's all about second effort. Guys?"
Well, it seems he can do both, Doris. His role is steadily growing, too. And there's the rejection. Outside Williams. And it's blocked. Here is Ross. Number 15.
Nice shot,
And
nice
it's
shot.
another Milwaukee shot right there going in.
They've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
And it's not just their passing, but their cutting, their movement together as a unit that's led to that.
There's Williams, and he dunks it after the pick frees him up. Out of this world aerial skills for a guy of his size.
Kevin, that's what separates him from some of the other point guards around the league. The ability to rise and throw it down.
And I wouldn't be surprised if that spurs them on. Maybe sparks a little bit of a comeback here.
Way to hit it.
Bucks leading by 12. Dishes to Ross. The Bucks working the ball around. Number 33. And it's another Milwaukee shot right there going in.
And you got to put bodies on the glass right there. They just are not getting it done on the boards.
Yeah, they've got to do a much better job.
And the pass to Rosario.
Coming out.
That's the free fly. Ross grabs the board. Ross has got his 3rd rebound tonight.
Right side.
Number 33. And the defense didn't have position. They whistle a blocking foul, and he'll go to the line. It's his first trip to the line. The first one falls.
Shooting 100% in the quarter. They've made them all, taking full advantage at the line.
Well, it's a nice job of really making the most of their opportunities.
Stop. I got shooter, man. Get the rebound. Gotta get it. Big rebound. Let's get it. Pinch here.
That one is no good. The Hawks trail by 15. Kicks to Williams. And runs on target from the wing. Williams has got 12 points now in the quarter.
Man, he has been their unquestioned leader offensively this quarter.
Here is Ross. Ross gets a screen from Perez. Shoots the 3. And the officials call over the back. A little too aggressive there.
Well, I love the fact that he's fighting hard on the boards, but you got to be smart too. Over the back, that's an easy call there.
Well, that's simply the result of poor position under the glass. But at least you can't fault him for being passive. He was trying to be aggressive there.
Atlanta's gone 1 of 2 on 3-pointers here in the second quarter so far.
New play. Who got ball?
Number 16. There's the block.
It's a +5 advantage for them in the rebounding category after that board.
Very steady work they've been doing on the interior, no question. And that's, I think, the main reason they have this lead.
I like the offensive awareness to exploit that lack of coverage on that play.
1:37 left in the second quarter. There's a screen. And it goes as the official calls the foul. Count it. He'll shoot one more at the free throw line.
Well, he has shot the ball well, but it has not been contagious. And his teammates, they haven't had the same groove, and that's why we're looking at this result so far. Yeah, they're getting to the line an awful lot in this quarter, and it's not an accident. They've been very aggressive.
Yeah, it's been very intentional. I mean, they've picked up the aggression, and it could get them out of this hole.
Down! He feeds it to Ross. Pass to Perez. Beyond the arc. It's rebounded by Reyes. The Hawks trail by 13.
Here we go. Get a good look. Good look. Good shot. Hey, balance it out.
Pass to Williams.
I'm here. I'm back. I'm here. I'm heading left.
Just 5 to shoot. It's stolen.
Don't let him shoot that.
Number 11.
Hey, come on, grab
Great D that time from Reyes.
Kick it out.
It's Williams with the drive. Once again, rebounded by the Bucks. Ross has got 4 rebounds now tonight. 26 seconds left in the first half of basketball.
No shot.
There's the 3. Rebound Atlanta. Williams with the ball. He's got 19.
I'm back. I got back. Here we go. Pick up the man. All right, here.
Some solid defense from Ross.
He was right up tight on him on that attempt. Terrific D to throw off the shot.
And he did it without making too much contact and getting the officials' attention either.
And we've reached halftime in this one. Bucks lead by 13. And coming up after the break, it'll be Damon Bruce breaking down all the highlights from the first half of play.
And now, brought to you by Sprint.
And it's time to break down the first half of action. I hope you're having a great Friday night so far. The Milwaukee Bucks have the lead against Atlanta. They've held tough defensively, great rim protection too, when you look at all the blocks. It's been a disappointment, though, for the Hawks so far. Hard to find a lot to like about their performance so far. They'll need to pay much better attention in the second half to the details. The details. Thanks so much for spending halftime with me. Now let's head back out to Kevin and the gang.
The Sprint Halftime Report, presented by Sprint.
Well, it's been a one-sided affair so far through the first 2 quarters, but there's plenty of time to mount a comeback.
Looking at the game for Williams, he's got 19 points and a block.
Let's just take a moment to appreciate the all-around effort that he's put in here today.
The numbers tell the story, Steve. He is filling up just about every column of that box sheet.
And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2.
Well, we know he loves to push the ball in transition. And even if he doesn't have any help, any wing runners, I mean, he has the knack to weave his way through traffic and score on his own.
Steve, the other thing is he's really an extremely skilled ball handler, too. He's got a little flash and dash to his game, that's for sure.
And that one falls for Williams.
You got it out. Make sure the pitch down there. I got shoot it. I got bag.
And both free throws good for Williams.
There's not a lot you can say that hasn't been said before about his skill at the charity shot.
Get to him.
Down screen.
Get there.
Here is Ross.
Yep. Turn down. Use that. Up.
Back to that screen.
Shot clock at 6. To the paint. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. The Bucks have hit 6 free throws in 10 attempts.
Well, guys, you go back to last season, and this is a team that hit just 74% of its free throws. I know they'd like to see that number go up.
And, you know, there was plenty of blame to go around for that. I mean, it wasn't just 1 or 2 guys. I mean, for the most part, the entire team struggled. You know, it's been a bad day for them at the line today as a whole, and far too often, that's the case for this team.
That misses, so he splits the free throws. The Hawks trail by 12. Feeds to Williams. Count the bucket. Williams has got 23.
That's kind of his strong suit, the ability to find his way through the defense and finish at the rim.
And for those who are turning in, we're about a minute into the second half.
Crash the board! Crash the
From
board!
Ross. The Hawks shooting around 40% from the floor here. There's the feed to Williams. Got a chance there to cut it to single digits, but it's off target. Number 13, the finger roll finish at the bucket. 9 points in the game so far.
Gotta love the finger roll up and over the defense.
There's the screen. Williams attacking. Another shot. Williams' shot is off.
It has not been an ideal start to the second half. They've missed 3 of their first 4.
On the wing. No good from Perez.
When he's wide open like that, he'll rarely miss those.
There's Rosario. He grabbed the run miss. And goaltending is going to be the call, so they get the basket there anyway.
He thought he had that one clean, but the ref saw it differently. They'll count the basket.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight. That free throw good from Rosario. So it's the Bucks now. Number 91. Good on the three-point shot. He's got 8.
You know, defensively, you cannot forget about him. They gave him a wide open look there.
Williams dishes to Williams.
No shot!
The baseline J.
Watch the cutter!
And it's wide right. Just off the rim. Bucks leading by 12. Williams with the steal. Number 16, defended by Perez. The shot misses. Bucks have gone 2 of 4 here to start the second half. He kicks it to Ross. And it's sent back by Rosario. Out of bounds, Milwaukee takes possession. Milwaukee's gotten a positive outcome on 7 of the 14 three-pointers in this game. Not bad at all. It's rebounded by Rosario. The Hawks trail by 12.
Kick it out, kick it out!
Right around 3 minutes into the second half.
Out!
Number 16. The three-pointer is right on target. He's got 12.
Of all the guys you want to leave open out on the perimeter, he is the absolute last guy on the list. Attention to detail. Know your personnel.
There's the pick. Number 13. Misfires after coming off the pick. Atlanta's gotten fewer than half of their three-pointers to go down tonight. They're 4 for 9. Great positioning on the putback.
Now, sometimes offensive rebounds are lucky, but he anticipates and gets to
the
the right
perimeter!
spot before the shot goes up.
Bucks passing it around. Number 15. The shot is off. Excellent D there from Williams. Williams attacking. He passes to Rosario. Back to Williams. 6 on the shot clock. And Williams throws it down. I like that they're taking it inside and taking advantage of each opportunity, Clark, to chip away at the deficit.
Yeah, and doing it with the dunk is a major energizer, too. Gets the momentum going.
Yeah, and I think the interior defense, as good a job offensively as we saw, the defensive presence was almost non-existent. And they may see this lead disappear if they continue to put up those easy points.
And the shot's good from Perez. The Hawks trail by 7. Time called here. The Hawks decide to talk it over.
Well, he's watching his club miss a lot of shots that they normally make, and that has to be frustrating. So I think he's going to call this timeout just to try to see if they can be more aggressive, get them to the free throw line maybe.
Sometimes that's the best solution for them, but ultimately I think they'll be able to shoot themselves out of this slump. But in the meantime, maybe getting to the free throw line will help.
And the Bucks making a change here. This is a defense.
I got him. Coming out. Get there. Get there.
Five on the clock. It's blocked. And up the court come the Bucks. And the break.
Here we go. Get it going.
Rebounded by the Hawks.
Excellent. Really solid job, actually, by the defense to get in his way as he was going up for that one.
Blocked. Number 14. Shot is off. And Atlanta will come the other way.
Don't let him shoot that.
Right side, Williams. Second chance effort. Gets it to go. He's got 6.
If you battle for the offensive rebound and come up with it, you're guaranteed a high-quality shot on the foul, just like he got there.
Strong foul.
And there's the pass to Cruz. Picked him clean.
Go.
Pass to Castro. From outside the arc. No good.
Well, that's another good rebound for him. Hasn't mattered at all that he's given up some inches to a few of the other guys on the floor.
Gets it to go. And the Bucks lead by 7.
Boy, they've looked good in the open floor today. That's had a lot to do with their success.
Well, they've been doing the right thing, Steve. Anytime they've had numbers, they've gone straight up court with it right away. Boom.
He dishes it to Williams. Passes to Castro. For the 3. The shot is off.
Nothing dropping for him, so I think in the best interest of his team, he may need to think about not shooting right now.
They get it back. Cruz off with the layup.
Usually, if he gets to the rim, he's converting it into points. But the defense stood tall there.
Wide open, couldn't capitalize.
Boy, even though he missed, you can't give up that kind of a look very often.
Yeah, they're lucky that they didn't get burned on that one.
Taken away by Williams. Fast break, the Hawks. Castro passes to Reyes. The dish to Williams. And the pass to Reyes. Picked by Williams. 6 to shoot. Pass to Castro. Takes a 3. A rebound by the Bucks. At one point, they led by 16.
Watch that shooter. I got
Hits the front of the rim and out.
You have to get a hand into his face because that's his range right there.
Clark, they've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a little bit of cottonmouth here. Dry spell for sure.
Passes it to Reyes. Castro. Good to go.
He's been anything but his usual self this quarter. It's actually been ugly to see.
Number 13. It's rebounded by Castro.
It's been a poor shooting performance for him today, but luckily for them, a lot of his teammates have come through.
Now the pass to Reyes. Castro.
Yo, look at the clock.
Number 7. Another miss, and they desperately need a bucket. Bucks leading by 7.
Blows.
To the inside. Battles through traffic and lays it in. He's got 6. Atlanta's gone into a slump here from three-point range, shooting just 1 of 5 here in the third.
Switch.
Stolen. And up the court come the Bucks on the break. And you know that's going to be goaltending, guys, so that's a free basket right there.
He almost got to that shot in time, but not quite. You can't touch the ball once it's on the way down.
Now you can tell what the crowd thinks about that call.
Yeah, they erupted as soon as the whistle blew.
The Hawks trail by 11. Here's the screen. Castro passes to Rosario. Five to shoot. Number 16. Nice D from Perez.
This is why you need size inside, the ability to contest shots and force misses.
Steve, that's exactly right. Even when you get in close, it's still a tough shot.
Dishes it to Ross.
I'm back here. Back us up. Rotate.
Box it. Get it.
The Bucks need to get a shot out of here.
Shut up.
Take it away.
There's another opportunity. Everything's going right for these guys.
Here's Castro. And he draws body contact. Looked like a blocking foul, and he was in the shooting motion. So he'll head to the free throw line. The Hawks have made 7 out of 9 when they've stepped to the line. That's good from Castro.
Some great free throw shooting so far in this second half.
I think they should keep trying to initiate contact and get back to the line until they start missing from there. But as it is, they're perfect so far, so keep it up.
I got you. Here we go. We're going to push it on the miss. We're going to push it on the miss.
Stay with the rebound. I got it.
Both free throws good from Castro. Bucks leading by 9.
No!
Set up.
Pass to Perez. Can't hit. And Atlanta will come the other way. Number 16, defended by Ross. Shot off the screen, and the shot is long.
Couldn't convert, but nice little two-man game there.
And it wouldn't surprise me to see them go back to that the next trip.
And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for the Bucks.
Now we've seen them make that extra effort of rotating from the weak side, closing out on their airspace, really sending shots back.
They've repeatedly gotten out on the break tonight as well and scored a lot of baskets in transition.
And
that's
he can't
right, you
get the
got
first
it.
one.
Get this board, fellas. Get this board. Pinch here. Spin back on the Shoes on side.
Miss coming.
It's coming off. Rebound. Shoot on. It's ours.
And no good on the second free throw, so he goes 0 for 2 there. Milwaukee in the lead.
I got bag. Big.
I got my man.
Right here.
Make sure you get the man.
1:56 left to play in the third. Number 15. Shot no good. And Atlanta will come the other way.
Get to him.
Kicks it to Williams. He passes to Rosario. And it's off the back rim. No good. Bucks leading by 9.
Come to me.
Down low. Number 15. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. He has 7.
Purely from a size standpoint, that is a mismatch that's going to be hard to overcome defensively.
There's Williams. The rebound by the Bucks. Ross has got his 6th rebound on the night. Makes the lead pass. 0. Finds himself wide open and drills it. And the Bucks lead by 13.
And what jumps out at you guys, the assist totals. I mean, they have been dominant in that category. It's the ball movement, player movement, great rhythm to their offense.
There seems to be a different mindset between these teams.
The pass to Castro. Clock at 6. Shoots from the elbow. And he connects with the jumper.
That's a clean look they gave him there, fellas, and he drains those.
Milwaukee's gone 7 of 15 from three-point range tonight. They're not afraid of that shot.
Help out. Whoa.
Pass to Perez. Lets it go from deep. That's good. 17 points in the game.
Yeah, and that's his first 3 of the half. There may be more in store.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Sure could, Kev. I mean, 2 minutes. Screen. Some points.
Williams. And he connects on the jumper. The screen did the trick. Williams has got 6 in the quarter.
Solid screen right there that freed him up for the jump shot.
Passes it to Perez.
Screen. Get him. Someone come get this.
Number 16. And wrestling for it there, but no one has possession. We'll have a jump ball. Atlanta with the ball. And out of bounds as the Bucks gain possession. Number 7. Off the inbound, no good. And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. Bucks ahead, up by 12. And don't go away, we'll be back momentarily. And thanks again for joining us. Let's see what happens here in the fourth. The Hawks trail by 12. Outside Williams. Shot is off, and Milwaukee will come the other way. At one point, they led by 16.
Here we go. No shot.
That's a floater go, and that's out of bounds. Milwaukee will retain possession. Here's Cruz. A strong finish under heavy pressure all over. And the Bucks lead by 14.
Well, you hate to see a guy suffer through a game like this, but his team is winning.
Here's Williams. And it hung on the rim, but wouldn't fall for him. And the Bucks, they're shooting around 49% on the night. Number 7. Blocked. Gets it to go. A few possessions into the fourth quarter, just over a minute played. Takes the 13-footer. And once again off the mark by Atlanta. Bucks leading by 16. Leads him in there.
Watch outside.
Number 16. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. And he makes the first. And the Bucks making a change here.
Boss, I got shooter, man.
Gotta get the rebound. Gotta get it. Quick out.
Big rebound. Let's get it.
Pitch here.
And he makes both free throws. The Bucks have gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play.
Here we go. Attack. Here we go. Get good work.
We're going about a minute and a half into the fourth quarter. Shot clock at 6. Out of bounds, Atlanta takes possession. And the Hawks with possession here. It's a 14-point game.
Go low.
lets it go with the
Guys,
three.
guys.
Boy, that was a rugged screen set there, fellas, and the defense didn't even try to go through that one.
And we're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter now. Number 15, he's guarded by Williams. It's rebounded by Rosario. The Hawks have gone 1 of 4 since the end of the third quarter. Picked by Williams.
Don't let him shoot that.
Number 16, another three for Atlanta.
Oh, man, they needed a run to get back into this game, and they got it.
And a good one, defensively and offensively. It's been a terrific stretch for them.
A little over 2.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth quarter. Number 15, he's guarded by Williams. And no good, the dry spell continuing for him. The pass to Castro.
Stay on him.
Number 7,
Don't let him get the rebound.
and Atlanta again with the bucket.
Things are really tightening up now, guys. Their offense has become unstoppable.
Not sure where it was before, but better late than never.
He feeds it to Ross. A bit under 3.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth. Number 7. Solid play in the low block, and that one's good. And the Bucks lead by 8.
He didn't have a single point in the first half. Bagel, 0 points, nada. But he's starting to get into the groove here in the second.
Pass to Rosario. 6 on the shot clock. Good. So it's the Bucks now. At one point, they led by 16. Pass to Ross. Bucks passing it around. There's a good screen. Number 15. And again, it's Milwaukee converting.
Still went down, but with no defense anywhere near him, he might as well just go straight up. No need to fade away.
Help!
And now Williams inside. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. And the first one at the line is good.
The story in the first half was their low free throw percentage. They've corrected that here in the second half, and hopefully they can build on it as this game continues to progress.
Perez, he's checked in for the Bucks.
Let's get this board, fellas. Get this board. Pinch here. Spring back on me. Shoes on side.
And he can't hit the second. Bucks leading by 7. Feeds the Ross. He passes to Perez. Number 13, defended by Rosario.
Tough call there and a tough break for the defense.
But, I think you could still see him kind of sliding in there. I don't have a problem with the call.
Number 5 on the shot clock. Number 13. Oops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over.
Very little success for him behind the arc today. Just 1 3-pointer in the first half and still none in the second.
And here's Atlanta. They're on a 13-4 run. Back to Williams. Passes it to Castro.
Get there, get there.
Baseline J on the way. Misses off the right iron.
Good, tough defense there. Getting a hand up, forcing that miss.
He has no reputation of being a tough defender, and there was an example right there.
Turn down. Use that.
And there's the feed to Ross. Back at 6. Number 13. Back. A follow-up jam.
Showing us a little force on that putback, Kev.
Well, there was no way he was going to let that chance slip away.
No, sir. Now, you got to love his positioning as the shot went up. He anticipated that play.
Whose man is that?
I got shooter.
No shot.
The pass to Castro. Rosario.
Grab the board.
Rebounded by Perez. And up the block on the Bucks on the break. He kicks it to Ross. Blocked. And that's out of bounds. Milwaukee will retain possession. Here's Perez. That one wide left. The Hawks trail by 9. Here's Castro. Great D that time from Perez.
Oh, boy, he is just cold as ice. I don't think he's going to be able to cut into the lead.
It's going to be over and back. Not watching for the line that time.
Well, in the first half, he was flawless when it came to handling the ball, but that has not been the case here since halftime.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've had a number of empty ones, a long time without a basket.
They got to find something, you're right. To the paint. There's Castro, and it's blocked by Ross. Inside, number 15. And the Bucks lead by 11.
I like the way he's not forcing anything, taking advantage of what the defense is giving him. He's been a key contributor for them in this quarter.
From the baseline. The shot's good from Castro. Here is Ross. Number 13. Boy, he just hasn't been able to get his shot to fall. Pass to Castro. And it's rejected. But they get it back.
A slight advantage for them in the rebound category. They've got to continue their work on the glass.
I agree with you, Steve. I mean, they're on the right side of the ledger, and that is all that matters to them right now with the lead they have.
He dishes it to Ross.
You got nothing. You got nothing.
Weak side.
Just 5 to shoot. From downtown.
Put it back. Put it
Rebound
back.
by Williams. Williams has got 6 rebounds now in the game.
He continues to score from the field. But luckily for him and his team, his teammates have been able to pick him up and get the job done.
He's very savvy in traffic. When he gets inside, has a kind of an uncanny way of shielding himself from contact and finding a way to finish at the rim.
You know, something else with him, you can't forget about his skill as a pull-up shooter. You give him too much room, and he won't hesitate for a second to raise up and spray you with that J.
The first one falls.
You got it out. Put your fish down there. I got you.
So he gets them both. The Hawks trail by 9. Number 16, defended by Ross. Passes to Castro. Shot clock at 6.
That foul gives him 4, so he's just 2 away from being Dairy Queen.
Time called here. The Hawks decide to talk it over.
Yeah, they were getting winded. Good call here to give them a quick breather.
Let's find out what Doris Burke has for us.
Yes, Kevin. Well, the Hawks coach had some advice for his team over that last break. He told them, guys, we're getting bogged down in the half court. Let's get out and run, see what's available in early offense. If there's nothing there, we can always back it out and run our sets. Good advice, Kevin.
Get there, get there.
Oh, gotta move, go.
5 on the clock.
Check the clock, check the clock.
Number 16. That one rolling around and rims out. Bucks leading by 9. Boss passes to Perez. And he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
And that's the kind of lead pass we've seen him make over and over again.
Atlanta's gotten the three-point bug tonight. They've taken 15 shots outside the arc. They're 6 of 15.
Boy, it's been a rough day for him, Kevin. I mean, he's not the only reason they're down right now, but he's certainly worried.
Blanketed by the D, he fights to the rim for the layup. He's got 21.
That's the 3rd bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle much more effectively.
Yeah, and until they do, the problems inside are only going to get worse.
Number 16, defended by Perez. The Hawks working the ball around. Here's Rosario. The Hawks again can't hit.
Not a good look at the hoop. They've got to do a better job offensively creating some space.
There's a minute 34 left in the 4th quarter of this one. The dish to Doris. From outside off the mark. The Hawks trail by 13. Stripped it away. Number 13. Offensive rebound. Good D by Williams. Time running out for the Hawks. There's the pass to Castro. Number 7. Shot to stop the drought, and it's good on the layup. Here is Ross. There's 48 seconds left in the game. He passes to Perez. Passes to Ross.
There we go, get it out quick.
6 to shoot. Fades and shoots. Can't hit. Excellent D there from Williams.
Fadeaway was the right shot there because it got his attempt away from the defender, but the touch was poor.
His three-point shot is so pure, just draining one after another.
There's 25 seconds left to play here in the 4th. Here is Ross.
The block.
12 seconds left in the 4th quarter. 6 on the shot clock. Launches it. The shot misses. Rosario. And so the Bucks take the win. They pulled off this win, Clark, with respectable
Thanks for tuning in to the
And the players doing a little talking here before tip-off. It's all in good fun right now. This is the NBA on 2K Sports. Hi, everyone. Kevin Harlan, joined by Clark Kellogg and Steve Kerr, with our sideline reporter, Doris Burke. Our starting lineups, a look at the matchups here and who we'll see for our starting five for both teams. First, for the Bucks. And looking at the Hawks, so Atlanta will get the first possession. Back to Williams. Passes it to Rosario.
Come get it.
On the wing, Williams. Williams gets a screen from Rosario. Williams can't get it to go.
He got the shot he wanted off that pick, just couldn't get it to fall.
Well, Steve, they'll take that play all day long, 10 times out of 10. That was good.
And Milwaukee has possession. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him two chances at the free throw line here.
Yeah, he's a matchup nightmare defensively. Even the best offensive players in the league have a tough time scoring against him.
And Steve, you know, his ability to come in and rattle off 10, 20 points in no time flat, that's a gift and a real asset for any team. Some guys need a while to get going, not him.
He misses the free throw.
You got one more.
I got shooter down here. They get the rebound. Gotta get it. Big rebound. Let's get it. Pinch here. Right here. I'm back.
No foul going back. This game's over.
We got this. You got it out.
He hits the second from the line. And Atlanta has possession. Let's go quickly over to Doris Burke for an update.
Thanks, Kevin. I caught up with the Bucks head coach. He said one of the things that makes him happiest after a game is seeing a huge advantage for them in the rebounding numbers. He shared that with his team before the game and told them, you know what, guys? How about you make me happy today? Let's see if they can pull it off, Kevin.
All right, Doris, thank you. So Clark, an early focus on crashing the boards
Well,
here.
that's always, Kevin, a big part of winning basketball. Is doing a good job on the glass. So many advantages come from owning the glass on both ends of the court.
Back.
Here is Ross.
Go pick up your man.
All right, here.
Screen.
The pass to Flores. Shot clock at 5. Number 91. No good there off the double clutch.
What was the defense doing there? I mean, he is not the guy to give an open look to, and yet they got away with him.
And Williams, here we go. Can't hit. Excellent D that time from Ross. On defense, Atlanta.
Close.
Number 15. He's guarded by Williams. Excellent D there from Williams.
Go low.
From down in the low post, it goes. The first quarter of action, 2 minutes in.
You know, you look at the Hawks last season, and despite the emergence of Jeff Teague as a point guard, they have a dominating assist guy at that position. And it was basically more of an equal opportunity offense as far as the assists go. That is not enough coverage. Got to do better than that defensively. Basically, no coverage. I mean, defense did not look very good there.
Number 7. Terrific design on the pick play, and he lays it in. And Clark, as you said, the Hawks a very good passing team. And Steve actually finished 3rd in the NBA in assists per game last year as a team.
Well, it helps when you have great passers at every position, and I thought that was the case for Atlanta last year. The ball moved. Players tried to create easier shots for each other, and that's why they were a pretty effective team.
And here in the first, approaching 3 minutes played. Number 16, defended by Perez. Shot clock at 6. Dives for it. And so it looks like the Hawks will retain possession here. First quarter of play, we're about 3 minutes in. Here's Williams, and it's sent back by Ross. And so it looks like the Hawks will retain possession here. Williams fires.
He's been wayward and just off on about everything he's put up in this period.
Here we go, attack. Here we go.
No good from Ross.
That's not an opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Williams with the ball, now guarded by Perez. Pass to Rosario. Shot is off. So Milwaukee will take it the other way. No good from Perez. The Hawks trailing. Rosario defended by Ross. No good. The Bucks have gone 2 of 6 from the field. Williams with the block. Now here's Williams. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. And they get it back. The Hawks shooting their first free throws of the game on this trip to the line. That
Hey,
free
you got
throw,
the
no
next
good.
one.
I got shooter here. I got shooter. Here we go. We're going to push it on the miss. We're going to push it on the miss. Stay with the rebound.
I got it.
Got box here. Got box here. Quick out. Quick out.
That's up. That's
And
up.
the
That's
second
up.
free throw, good. Milwaukee in the lead.
Right here.
Kicks to Ross. Number 15. Excellent D there from Williams.
You can see how much the defense respects him. I mean, they were all over him on that look.
Rosario defended by Perez.
Hit it, baby.
Fires the three.
Way to grab it.
Williams can't hit. Bucks shooting a mere 25% from the floor in this first quarter. Shots good from Perez.
He's one of the best in the league at that. Even with just a tiny sliver, he always seems to find a way to get it up and in.
Here's Williams. Good on the shot. Williams has got his first points of the game. The Bucks have gotten just 3 of their first 9 shots to go down in this game. Here is Ross. Looking for his first basket still in this one.
Watch the cutter.
6 to shoot. Number 13. Rebound by the Hawks. Williams attacking. And he misses the go-ahead basket.
It has not been an easy quarter for him, at least offensively speaking.
Down screen. Do it, keep ball. Yep. Turn down.
Passes to Perez. The pick. Number 15 takes it into the teeth of the D and converts the way up.
Guys, he's actually indefatigable. He never gives in, never gives up on a play, and that's what it takes to be a great offensive rebounder. You've got to be relentless.
So it's Atlanta now. It's a 3-point game. From the arc. And good on the basket. Book it.
You know what, guys? He can really light it up from the perimeter at times.
And Milwaukee calls their first time out of the game.
You know, he wants to tinker a little bit, and he's taking the time to do so right here.
Yeah, I think you're right. He just didn't like some of the things he saw out there, a bit uncomfortable, and wanted to talk it over.
The Bucks making a switch here. The Bucks shooting 33% here in the first quarter.
Right side.
Left ball, we got help. Get it going. Here we go. Get it
Screen
going.
coming.
I got ball.
Number 33.
Right corner. I'm here.
The Bucks making a switch here. Here's Ross. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one.
Lock down, Sideline.
He passes the ball.
Back us up. Rotate.
Feather touch on the finger roll. Beautiful.
Well, he's been working hard to get good looks, and it's paying off for him early.
Hawks passing it around. The pass to Castro. On the wing, Williams. Castro. Good, and it's Williams who picks up the assist. And the Hawks lead by one.
The defense sagged off, and, he did not hesitate to rise up and bury that three.
A big problem for the Bucks last year.
Oh, ridiculous.
What a move.
Tore it down that time.
There it is, guys. That Olay defense. Just watching him go, Clark, right by.
I think we might be seeing which team is ready to take control of this game.
Yeah, that's a dub that could absolutely get them going. I agree.
On the wing, Williams. Can't get it to go. And Milwaukee will come the other way. Pass to Perez.
I see him.
Number 13. He's guarded by Williams. Clock at 4. Number 13. Number 33. Lays it up and banks it in. And it's a 3-point Bucks lead.
Well, we've seen that more than a few times. An easy bucket in the lane.
Yeah, the interior defense simply has been lifeless.
It's off his leg. And the official saying it was kicked. And the Bucks making a change here. Reyes, defended by Cruz. Passes it to Castro. Just fired in the corner.
Kick it out. You got it.
Bucks leading by 3. Here's Cruz. No good. Atlanta's gone 2 of 4 from beyond the arc to start the game. Wide open look, and he hits the jump shot. And the Bucks, they're shooting the ball to the tune of 41% from the field so far. And the whistle blows, and it's going to be an over-the-back call here.
Well, that's an aggressive play, trying to get that rebound. Maybe a little too aggressive.
And it was totally unnecessary, Steve. He was in no position to get to that ball. He should have just conceded.
Watch it up top. Rotate it up. Here we go. To the top. Left side help. Shooting. Here we go.
Gets it to go. And the Bucks lead by 3.
That's what they're hanging their hat on today, fellas. Hard-nosed, smash-mouth play down on the low block.
To me, that's the key to any game. Who can win the battle in the paint? And right now, they've got it going.
Here's Castro. Again, the Hawks good for 2. Gone 2 of 3 from the floor.
Watch him.
Cruz, defended by Reyes. The shot's good from Cruz. The Hawks trail by 3.
I see
On the
him.
pass to Reyes.
Watch the pick.
You got double. Back up.
Clock at 6. Pass to Henson.
You got nothing.
It's stolen. And up the court from the Bucks on the break. No good from Cruz. Atlanta's gone 2 of 4 from beyond the arc to start the game. Here's Reyes, and he's knocked off course by the D. The foul called. He'll shoot free throws.
For a long time, it's been about getting out and running for Atlanta, and that was really one of the strengths of the team last season as well. Really one of the better teams in fast break points in the league.
First free throw is good. And for the Hawks, who are so good on the break, ended up 3rd in the league last year in fast break points. Steve, not a surprise with the athletes that team has.
Yeah, but that's changing, Kevin. Josh Smith's departure, I think, is a big blow. They're not as good in transition anymore, but they do have some exciting young talent, young players who can get out and run. So it's going to be interesting over the next couple of seasons to watch this team unfold.
Milwaukee in the lead. There's 1:26 left to play in the first quarter. Number 87 can't hit the turnaround jumper. The Hawks shooting just 35% to start the game. Pass to Reyes. 5 to shoot. Number 15. Second chance effort. Can't get the layup.
That's really too easy a chance to miss, guys. He needs to be more aggressive and focused on his finishes.
And had a chance to take the lead. The Bucks shooting 39% in the early minutes of this game. 0.
That's all you.
Milwaukee, no good that time either. The Hawks trail. Shoots from 12. Number 15. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Guys back and forth this first half.
Well, 5 lead changes early on, guys, as we grapple back and forth.
Yeah, this could be a back and forth game all the way, guys, the way it's being played. This is fun to watch.
Kick it out.
Number 11 bangs home the trifecta. Number 15 got it off in time, but it's no good. At the end of one, a closely contested game so far. Bucks ahead, leading by just 2. The second quarter coming up right after this break, so don't go anywhere. And we welcome you back to more NBA action. Players looking hydrated and plenty of Gatorade to help them get their job done tonight. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen from the Bucks, guys.
And the key has been the second chance points. You look at this team, the hustle that they play with, very impressive in that first quarter.
Well, it's showing up on the scoreboard. I mean, you get second chance points like that. It can add to your totals and also demoralize your opponent.
From the sideline, let's catch up with Doris Burke.
Hi, guys. There was a time when Chris Bosh wasn't sure how he'd play at center. He tried to bulk up and change his approach. But he said, quote, after about 3 years, I said, forget it and just be myself. I'm never going to be big and just bulky like that. Now he says, quote, I know it's unorthodox, but I'm not going to waste my time trying to bang in the post against bigger guys. I'm just going to be all over the court.
You got
and
it,
because
you
of
got
that,
it.
I think I've become a much better player. Kevin?
Not the biggest guy, but boy, he is quick, boys. I think that's one of his advantages. Number 7. He's it from three-point range. And the Bucks lead by 5.
These defenders had better start closing out on those shooters.
Yeah, that's twice in a row now where they've done exactly the opposite, being backed off.
The shot's good from Reyes. He's got 5.
How about the response? Retaliation. Impressive, huh, guys?
I'll say exactly that.
Watch
Nice job to recover those 3 points right away.
0. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
Easy call there.
No question about that one. You could hear the impact from where I am.
The Bucks have converted 1 of 2 free throws so far today.
Well, guys, you go back to last season. I mean, this is a team that hit just 74% of its free throws. I know they'd like to see that number go up.
And those aren't the kind of numbers they can afford to repeat throughout this season.
The first free throw is good. The Bucks making a switch here. He hits both from the stripe. Just about a minute and a half has gone by here in the second. Here's Reyes. Smooth as silk on the finger roll. He's got 7.
Boy, the drive to the bucket was nice, but how about the finger roll finish? Beautiful.
Number 7. Those 3-pointers off the mark.
Boy, I'm shocked he didn't make that one. He usually knocks that one down with ease.
From the baseline. And again, it's Atlanta. 2 minutes now played in the second quarter. They check it by Rosario. Atlanta's gone 3 of 6 tonight when they let it fly from downtown. Number 15 sinks that one from the post. And the Hawks lead by 2. And guys, what do you think about the hustle stats here for the Hawks?
Well, Kevin, in the first half of play, they really close it out aggressively, blocking shots, and a key indicator of their activity defensively.
Another big aspect of their game tonight has been the fast break, transition opportunity. They're really keeping it up tempo so far.
Reyes, the pass to Williams. Off on the layup.
Some rugged defense there against one of the stronger finishers in the game.
Number 7. And it's off the back rim. No good.
Boy, he has been struggling mightily in this quarter, guys.
True. He really seems to have tightened up a bit for whatever reason. He looks tight.
Nice ball movement here by Atlanta. 6 on the shot clock. The Hawks need to get off a shot here. The shot will not go. Now the Bucks take it the other way.
Get them.
That's all you.
Gets an open look and hits.
Boy, he made a nice little bounce pass there. We call that the pocket pass, and he did it well.
And almost 4 minutes gone here in the second quarter of play.
You know, guys, if he does his work early, he knows when he gets in a good position, his size gives him a big edge on the glass.
Here's the screen. Out of bounds, Atlanta will take possession.
A temporary lapse of focus from him on that turnover. It's embarrassing, but on occasion it does happen.
And the Bucks making a change here. The Hawks have gone 4 of 8 so far here in the second quarter. Pass to Williams. Rosario.
I got ball.
Pressure. Castro passes to Rosario. Castro down to 5 on the shot clock. From 8. The basket drops and he gets fouled on the shot. 1 free throw coming his way.
Well, he really makes things happen offensively for this club. And as a defender, when you go against him, you have to get help defensively. So it's important for your defense to really communicate with him out on the floor.
And there's something else on his resume that can't be overlooked. Just how many times he's taken over at the end of close games and carried his team to the win.
Bucks trail by 3.
Watch that shooter.
He feeds it to Ross. Rockets hits. 0. Cans it from downtown. He's got 7.
That's something we didn't see at all from him in the first half when he had a goose egg from three-point lane.
Dishes it to Williams. Number 7. And once again off the mark by Atlanta.
You're not doing your team any good forcing a shot like that one.
I agree. He's got to know better.
There's the pass to Castro. Rosario. Shot clock at 6.
Clock.
Number 16. From outside off the mark. Milwaukee's gone 2 of 4 from three-point range so far in the second quarter. They kicked it by Rosario. They shoot again. Number 15. Atlanta's gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. Excellent D there from Ross.
Great job right there to body him up. And
Yeah, it was definitely a forced miss, Clark. He couldn't get off the shot he wanted.
Right back to the basics there, using the one-hand slam for that one.
Doesn't he make the basics look pretty exceptional?
Yeah, he does. They look sweet when he does it.
Well, he should stay with those basics in a tight ball game because we've got one here tonight.
Number 13, defended by Rosario.
Kick it out.
Feeds to Ross. Number 13.
Shot.
Tried to bank it in, but he misses.
He can't get anything to drop. And the way he's scoring, I'm not sure it's something he should try to shoot his way out of.
No, that might only serve to make things worse, Steve. Sometimes the harder you try, the worse it gets.
Number 16. Out of bounds. Milwaukee takes possession. Perez, he's checked in for the Bucks. Milwaukee's gotten a success rate of just over 50% from three-point tonight. 4 of 7 shooting. Number 15. Excellent D there from Williams.
He's tried to get it going, but the shots just have not dropped for him today.
Here's Castro. Chance there to take the lead. Missing.
Not able to find it here in the second. He's off stride and off track just a bit after that one he had earlier.
Oh, and it looks like that's going to be a goaltending call. Yep, that's it. So they'll get the basket.
You know, during the season before last, the Bucks' problem had been offense. They just couldn't put up points consistently, and even when their defense would hold up, they would simply get outgunned by teams. They decided to change that by trying to be more of a transition team last year.
And now the first timeout called here for the Hawks.
He just is not happy with how his team is executing. And they've been on the wrong side of this run. It's time for a momentum shift.
You know, sometimes just getting off the court, taking a break, and coming back out fresh will give you a chance to pull together.
And the Hawks with possession here, trailing by 4. Williams inside, and nothing is falling for him right now. And back to the Bucks actually led the entire Eastern Conference in pace and were third overall in the NBA. The only teams that were ahead of them were the Rockets and Nuggets, two teams you always think of running.
Well, it makes sense for the Bucks to have played that style last year. You had that backcourt of Ellis and Jennings, a lot of speed and quickness. They later added J.J. Sachs and had shooting. So they had to play fast. It made some sense. But in the end, they made some changes in the offseason.
Tyler Block. They'll get another chance. Number 15. Tough sequence there. They just couldn't get it to fall. The Hawks trail by 4. Out of bounds. Milwaukee takes possession.
Such a careless pass. You've got to keep your head in the game here.
Bucks leading by 4. Here is Ross. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him.
Boy, they couldn't hook up there on what's really a pretty basic pass.
Atlanta's gotten into trouble with the 3-ball in the second quarter, only hitting 1 of 5 attempts. Outside Williams. Will it go? And goaltending is going to be the call, so they get the basket there anyway.
Yeah, not just an everyday finish. He put a little pizzazz on that one, guys.
The Hawks making a switch here. Here is Ross. Off his leg, and they're saying he kicked the ball. And the Bucks making a change here.
Armand Blanquera Alvaro is now following.
Gets it to go.
The screenplay worked ideally there, and I'm not talking about the screenplay you see in a movie theater. Gave him more than enough room to get that shot off.
Pass to Rosario. Castro. Six to shoot. The kick out to Williams. Stolen away.
Back door!
The ball!
Number 13, defended by Castro. Number 33, up and in on the layup. And the Bucks lead by 6.
Hard work on the glass once again, fellas. They put a lot of effort into their rebound.
Well, you get more rebounds, you get more possessions, more shots at the hoop, and oftentimes that decides the game.
From deep. And that one's good. He's got 11.
Well, he certainly isn't the one to blame for them being in the hole. He's been on the money with his game.
Here is Ross. He's had some playing time, but no score hit from him. Bucks passing it around. Durant. And again, Milwaukee with the triple.
He shot the ball exceptionally well as they've built this lead for themselves here.
And here's Williams.
No!
Swiped it away. One-on-one fast break. Cross, that's good. And it's an 8-point Bucks lead.
Good aggressive finish on the break.
That's as easy a 2 points as you could ask for.
Castro passes to Rosario. Williams for 3. Rebounded by the Bucks.
Oh boy, he is as cold as ice. I don't think he's going to be the one to help them cut into the lead.
Way to grab it!
No good from Perez. And for the Hawks, they're shooting just 33%, struggling to get good looks. Here's Castro. The finger will finish at the bucket. 13 points in the game.
Well, the pick worked really well there. Nice job taking it right to the 10 for the layup.
Here's Doris.
I got it.
Wide left.
You know, that's a problem he has. I mean, not being able to knock down that open jumper. Come on, man. I think it happens far too often.
And so it's Milwaukee now. They lead by 4. 32 seconds left now here in the second. This is it to Perez. Just 5 to shoot. Number 13. And the pass to Perez. Number 87. Great D that time from Rosario.
And you got to like the defense inside, really protecting the rim.
Challenging shots and making his presence felt around the rim, that's exactly what he can give you.
And the first half ends in a close one. Bucks lead by 4. Well, folks, stay tuned for the halftime show with Damon Bruce for all the highlights from our first half.
And now, brought to you by Sprint.
It's a lively Friday evening here at 2K Sports. Hopefully you're having a great time watching a little basketball tonight. The Milwaukee Bucks have the lead against Atlanta. Great energy and aggression offensively, making their own luck with a lot of second-chance points. And the Hawks are still in it and going all out. And look at all those rejections, erasing easy looks, just making it hard around the rim. And that's it for now. Thanks for stopping in with us. It's time to head back to Kevin Harlan, Steve Kerr, Clark Kellogg, and Doris Burke, who are all ready with the call in the second half.
The Sprint Halftime Report, presented by Sprint.
And it's been a back-and-forth game so far with no ground given through the first half. Third quarter starting here now. What a game we're seeing from Castro.
Yeah, he played a very mature first half offensively, just finding gaps and making good decisions, getting into the defense and knocking down shots.
Well, the way he played that first half, that's exactly what we're talking about when we say offensive efficiency.
Yo!
Pass to Perez.
I got ball!
He kicks it to Ross. The Bucks need to get a shot off here. No good from Perez. The Hawks trail by 4. Passes it to Rosario. Here's the dish to Williams.
I'm back.
Through the knee for the layup. Williams has got the first basket of the second half here for the Hawks.
Well, the number one priority for a defense when you face this guy is to keep him getting anywhere from the basket because he's just so strong as a finisher.
And one of his other great qualities, Steve, is his quick trigger off the rim. He can get his shot off in an instant, a nanosecond.
That's a floater go. The shot is off. Hawks shooting 38% from the field. A pretty good showing for them.
Downstream.
The pass to Rosario. To tie. It's rebounded by Perez.
I tell you what, folks, I bet he won't miss that shot next time he takes it. You know, the Bucks were the last team to make it into the Eastern Conference playoffs, and part of the reason that happened was because they didn't really do well against the rest of the conference. 24-28 against the East.
And it's good. He planted his feet on the pick and shielded the defender off.
Well, it wasn't a textbook pick, but he still managed to score. Good concentration on the finish.
Williams kicks to Williams. Back to Williams. Outside Williams. There's the feed to Williams. Pulls it up. It's Williams again missing. Clark, as you were saying, the rest of the Eastern Conference got the better of the Bucks. Had they been a little tougher against some of the lesser teams in their own conference,
Don't let him get him in the
they
crowd.
would have had to deal with the Heat in the first round of last year's playoffs.
Well, the Bucks tried to mix things up last year. Remember, they made the big trade in mid-season too, moving on from some of the young players. And I think that changed. And, of course, the switch from Scott Skiles to Jim Boylan. So they lost some of their momentum.
Clark, I'm guessing that wasn't the plan for the D on that trip.
And I'm agreeing with you there. Once they opened the lane up for him, that was a little emphasis on that finish.
Take what the defense gives you and then just power it home. Why not?
Pass to Perez. There's a screen. Makes the lead pass. He got an advantage there off the pick and took it right in. And the Bucks lead by 4.
Boy, the D has to show a little more fight on the interior than they did on that trip. They've got a battle inside.
Well, this game has been tough, Clark. I mean, they're getting after it, and I think they're starting to run a little bit low on energy, possibly.
Right around 3 minutes into the second half. Williams with the ball. He's got 6. Ross grabs the board. Ross has got his first rebound with that last one here tonight.
More good work on the glass there. When it's all said and done, I think rebounding might well tell the story in this one.
And that should tilt things toward them. I mean, they've been winning that battle.
Number 16, defended by Perez. Great open look there. 8 points for him.
The defenders need to talk to each other. The communication lacking there on that three-pointer.
Here is Ross. Passes it to Perez. Pocket 6. The 10-footer. And it's another Milwaukee shot right there going in.
You know, we really haven't seen the same focus defensively that we did in the first half.
On the wing, Williams. Again, Williams missing.
Very poor shot selection there, guys.
Here's Perez. An amazing finish with a hand right in his face. And it's a 7-point Bucks lead. Hawks have gone 3 of 7 on field goal attempts here in the second half. There's the pitch. Number 16, defended by Perez. Number 7, and he can't bank that one in. Bucks leading by 7. Number 13, and another basket for Milwaukee. And so it's Atlanta with it. He dishes it to Williams. Rosario. Gets it to Williams. The Hawks again can't hit.
I think it's going to be tough for them to trim this deficit if he keeps missing those kinds of shots, Kevin. I mean, they need his points.
Number 15. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
Wow, they are just red hot, guys, not missing a thing.
Sometimes you see a player get on a tear like this, never an entire team.
Outside Williams. On the wing, Williams.
No shot!
To end the run.
Box out, box out.
Get it to go.
Good board.
And that'll increase their rebound advantage. They've definitely been winning that battle on both.
Well, the main thing is they haven't allowed many second chance opportunities. And that is always going to allow you to maintain your lead.
And you know that's going to be goaltending, guys, so that's a free basket right there.
He almost got to that shot in time, but not quite. You can't touch the ball once it's on the way down.
And that call gets an instant reaction from the fans.
Well, that's a whistle that did not go over very well.
A platoon swap here for Milwaukee. Atlanta calls timeout.
Well, just too many easy buckets, you know, in and around the paint. So he wants to put a stop to it. This timeout is going to be used to try to tighten up the defense.
Guys at this level, they won't miss often if you keep giving up looks inside, and they're paying for that right now. Good timeout here.
is the Bucks. And there's the pass to Reyes.
Screen.
Off the pick. And he gets the jump shot. He's got 9.
Great job of utilizing that screen and finding space to knock down the jumper. Good basketball.
Pass to Cruz. Knocks it loose. And it's blocked by Reyes. And it's out of bounds to the Bucks as Milwaukee retains possession. Six on the shot clock.
Get there.
Number 87. Rebound, Atlanta. Clark, they're looking now at a sizable deficit.
Yeah, you know, they've got a little bit ahead of them, but no reason to give up hope right now.
Well, the game's still out there for them, but they've got to get back to their game plan and start to grind out each possession.
The Hawks working the ball around.
Maybe that'll ignite them. I mean, impossible not to get pumped up after that. At least I think that would be the case.
Well, you can see the immediate reaction of the guys on the bench. They are. Look at them. They are pumped up.
Yeah, they're geeked.
That's what those alley-oops do, though.
Here's Cruz. The putback. Throws it down with the quick putback jam.
Well, I love that aggression. Forget about the tip. Just grab the thing and slam it home.
Well, what a way to get second chance.
Don't take any risks. Just put that ball back in the hoop.
Pass to Reyes. Steps back in the fire. That's blocked. And he recovers it. And a breakdown here, guys. The hustle stats for the Bucks.
Guys, how about all the second chance points they've been able to convert throughout this game?
They've repeatedly gotten out on the break tonight as well and scored a lot of baskets in transition.
And he makes the first.
I got shooter here. Here we go. We're going to push it on the miss.
Gotta get the rebound. I got it. I got box here.
Both free throws good from Reyes. Bucks leading by 9.
Hey, right there.
Number 7, defended by Castro. Shot clock at 6. Number 87. No luck. So the Hawks will take it the other way.
It's just been one of those days for him. He has really struggled.
Now the pass to Reyes. Off the mark by Atlanta.
There's no getting around the simple fact that that's a shot he has to knock down.
Boy, it's been a poor defensive effort. When that ball has gone inside into the post, they've been in trouble.
Yep, points in the paint clearly going against them now.
Get it right.
The teardrop. The shot is off. Milwaukee's gone to the three-pointer 11 times tonight, nailed 5 of them. To the middle, knocked away. Fast break, Hawks. Passes to Reyes. And he banks in the layup.
He got a little room at the rim and laid it in. Great play.
Bucks leading by 9.
I got him.
Number 7, defended by Reyes. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time getting the lid off the basket so far.
Milwaukee's gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second inning. The pass to Cruz.
Kick it out.
Number 7, defended by Reyes. Lock at 6. Lets it go from the lane. Good character on this. A big group substitution here for Milwaukee. Doris. 5 on the clock. Rebound Atlanta. Williams has got 4 rebounds in this game. Pass to Castro. 1:43 left in the third quarter. This is it to Rosario. Tries to keep it alive. Out of bounds, Milwaukee takes possession. The Bucks making a switch here. Bucks leading by 9. 1:24 left in the third quarter of the game. They get it back. Perez, the pass to Ross. To the inside. Tries again. Shot is off. Excellent D there from Williams. He passes it to Castro. The Hawks get the perimeter. Pulls it at the elbow. He feeds it to Williams. Plenty of space.
Whatever their plan was defensively that time, it didn't work. Not if it results in that shot.
There's 45 seconds left to play in the third. Down low. The pass to Perez. This is it to Ross. 6 to shoot. Out of bounds, Atlanta will take possession. We've got 33 seconds left to play here in the third.
Down three.
Here's Castro.
Use that.
There's Rosario. Number 16 controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
And now we can see them really working it inside.
Now taking advantage of the defense, really pounding it down low.
Here is Ross.
Hey!
They need this one. That's good. 10 points for him. The third quarter comes to a close. Bucks ahead. They lead by 8. And right after this, we'll bring you the start of the final quarter right here on 2K Sports. Hello and thanks for joining us, folks. The fourth quarter of play should begin momentarily. The Hawks trail by 8.
I'm back.
Here we go, pick up your man.
Here.
Pass to Castro. Here's Rosario. The three-pointer off the mark. Bucks leading by 8.
Go.
Perez defended by Castro.
Yeah, that's all you.
Number 15.
Go get it.
With the layup.
That was a layup, and you've got to knock that down. You've got to keep it when you get those opportunities.
Number 15. And the rejection by Perez.
Kick it out.
Here is Ross. He's guarded by Williams. About a minute played here in the fourth quarter. Passes it to Perez. They set the screen. Shot clock at 3. Baseline jumper. And that one's good. The Hawks trail by 10. Clark, some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, they need a basket just to regain some momentum here, Kevin.
And the pass to Castro. Just 4 to shoot. And that one's good.
You know, the only tough part of that basket for him was getting into such good position. The rest seemed easy.
Bucks leading by 8. Timeout called the Bucks.
The Hawks last season weren't really a bad offensive team, but they did have one of the more memorable offensive nights, and not for anything positive. In a January game against a tough Bulls team, the Hawks only scored 58 points over the course of the entire game.
Doris Burke has an update for us. Doris?
Kevin, I got a chance to hear what head coach of the Bucks said to his team. He wants to make sure they stay assertive and aggressive on the offensive end, saying, I don't want to sit on this lead. Let's build on it and not give them a chance of coming back. Guys?
And thanks for that story, Doris. Here is Ross, defended by Castro.
I'm up. Come to me. Fish.
Number 15. It's rebounded by Rosario. As you said, the Hawks had one of the worst offensive nights, Clark, in the NBA, but overall, we're a solid offensive team right around the middle of the league. Steve just goes to show what can happen when a team goes cold.
Yeah, when you don't have that one guy who you can always lean on to score, I mean, there are going to be some nights where everything just misses, and I think that was the case that game against Chicago. It was kind of bizarre, but hey, over the course of 82 games, it's going to happen.
Just over 2.5 minutes played in the final quarter of regulation. Pass to Castro. Ross grabs the board.
Tell you, the defense was right there, just waiting, doing a nice job of anticipating.
Every team needs tough interior defense to be successful.
Back to Williams. Passes it to Castro. There's a screen by Williams. Jacks up a 3. Shot is off. And Milwaukee will come the other way.
Well, remember, he made 2 3-pointers in the first half. He's not been able to get anything to fall here in the second.
It's off his foot. And it's whistled a kick. And the Hawks making a change here. A bit under 3.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth. Feeds to Ross. Number 15. Rebound by the Hawks.
Go.
Number 16.
Hey, come on, it's okay, guys.
Bucks leading by 6. He kicks it to Ross. There's the pick.
Strong foul.
Five to shoot. Number 13. Blocked. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. And Atlanta has possession. Here in the fourth, they've allowed just 4 points. Number 7.
Oh, yeah!
Got the English that time as it falls. And now just a 4-point Bucks lead. Bucks have gone 2 of 7 from the field in what's been a close start to the fourth quarter for them.
Out! One more!
This now to Roberts. Milwaukee the rebound.
Everything's going right to this guy.
Number 91. Well, it was only a matter of time, but they finally get the bucket.
Nice little lead they're enjoying here, and they deserve it with all the work they put in on the glass.
Yeah, big margin for them in the rebounding department. They've completely dominated the boards here.
Shot clock at 5. Number 7. The feed now to Williams. No good. The Bucks go the other way with it. Number 7. No good. Nice D from Rosario. There's the pass to Castro. Nice ball movement here by Atlanta.
Who's got that guy? They've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
And it's not just their passing, but their cutting, their movement together as a unit that's led to that.
He dishes it to Ross. Number 7. And the Bucks lead by 7.
And he had one in the first as well. He can be dangerous. Keep an eye on him.
Back to Williams. He passes to Castro. There's Rosario. The rebound by the Bucks.
You know, he just hasn't looked right to me. A bit out of sorts, if you will. Something's off with his mechanics, at least as I look at it.
Number 7. Some solid defense from Castro. The Hawks trail by 7. Pass to Rosario. Shot misses. So Milwaukee will take it the other way. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game. And the whistle blows as the basket counts and a 3-point play chance right here. One free throw coming up.
Well, after a brief 2-year drought, the Bucks got back to the playoffs this past season, but it wasn't pretty once they got there. With several guarantees from players about upsetting the Heat, they didn't win a single game and were swept by the Miami Heat.
Back to the Bucks in the playoffs. In every aspect, they were overmatched by the Heat, and no one really thought they would upset them, but many thought, Steve, that they would at least get a game.
Well, I wasn't one of them, Kevin. I thought they were overmatched from the start. And you could tell in that series, Miami wasn't even interested until the fourth quarter. They knew they could just flip a switch and beat this Milwaukee team. And that's exactly what they did.
Atlanta with the ball. It's a 10-point game. Kicks it to Williams.
New play. Yep. I'm up. Fish.
Pass to Castro.
Here we go, team. Let's do it.
Down to 5 on the shot clock. 11 feet away. Now the Bucks take it the other way.
Boy, they've really dominated on the glass, and of course they've done a lot of good things here tonight, but the rebounds have played a major factor.
Hey, Steve, you know rebounding always one of the key barometers in determining the victor.
Don't get hit.
It's off the screen.
Come on,
and it's
man.
another
Defend
Milwaukee
him.
shot right there going in.
Very well executed pick to give them all kinds of space to get that one off.
Clark, they've been looking at a single offensive.
You know what? A basket here would do a lot for their confidence.
Screen.
The pass to Rosario.
Get it.
The Hawks again can't hit.
Not a bad look for him on that shot, but it just doesn't seem to be his night tonight.
Hey, heads up.
Number 7, defended by Rosario. Number 7. Shot is no good, and it's the Hawks taking it the other way. To stop the run. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
For the last decade or so, Atlanta has been pretty consistent. Always seems to find a way to get to the playoffs, and part of that is they've been pretty good against the Eastern Conference.
That's good from Castro. And for Atlanta last season, 29 wins against the rest of the conference. Steve, not an amazing total, but ending up over 500 usually gets you a playoff spot in the Eastern Conference.
And a lot of people worried that they would fall out of the picture last year after they traded away Joe Johnson. You know, they're not a team that can contend for a title, particularly not now with the departure of Josh Smith. But, hey, they're relevant in the East, and they've got some good young talent.
They're locked in from the charity stripe this half. Not a miss yet.
And they're going to have to continue that pace, Clark, because they're down, and anytime you're losing, you've got to take advantage of every offensive opportunity you have.
A fader.
Yeah, way to knock those down.
A big part of this run here has been their ability to hit from mid-range, guys. I mean, that's unique.
Yeah, and some players and teams even shy away from that mid-range jumper, but this team seems to have it dialed in from that range.
Hawks passing it around. Number 7. The feather touch on the finger roll. Beautiful.
Drop back the finger roll. That's a nice finesse move to pull off with the defense all over it.
Bucks leading by 10. Here is Ross. Pass to Perez.
Back door.
Williams with the block.
Well, I guess they can get them when they need them. That's a good job of getting some next
What you doing, man?
Yeah, he put himself in great position to finish that break off, guys.
Yep, right to the rack.
Milwaukee's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Perez the pass to Ross. Number 13, defended by Rosario. Atlanta with the rebound.
Well, the effort was there, but he just couldn't quite find his way through traffic.
Williams passes to Castro. 1:32 left here in the fourth quarter.
Pick it up, pick it up.
6 on the shot clock. Number 16, defended by Williams.
Well, that's another good rebound for him. Hasn't mattered at all that he's given up some inches to a few of the other guys on the floor.
Number 13, defended by Rosario. .52 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Left side Williams. He passes to Rosario.
Shut up! Don't let him get it!
Oh, and that cuts the lead to just 5.
That shot becomes effortless for him when the D is so relaxed. They've got to get more intense.
And an intentional foul right there. Williams, he's checked in for the Hawks. Milwaukee's gotten a positive outcome on 7 of their 14 three-pointers in this game. Not bad at all. And he commits the intentional foul. You know, Clark, they've been out-rebounded by a big margin here today.
Yeah, but still it's a close game, Kevin. It all comes down to maybe just a handful of plays here.
And the first of 2, no good. Heartbreaker.
We're going to push it on the net. We're pushing on the net.
That's up. I got big.
He's able to hit the second one, and that increases their lead to 6.
I'm sure he would have liked to have had all of those, but he still padded their lead a little bit at least.
Time call here. The Hawks decide to talk it over. They're losing by 6. There's 38 seconds left in the fourth. What's your take, guys?
Well, they need to draw something up here. I think they'll go for a quick 2, and if not, maybe break somebody free for a long three-pointer.
And they have to know they need to foul right after the shot goes in as well.
There's 38 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Trying to break that ice-cold streak. And that basket is going to count. Goaltending, the official call.
Oh, man, they needed a run to get back into this game, and they got it.
And a good one, defensively and offensively. It's been a terrific stretch for them.
32 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And that's an intentional foul. He drops the first one, and that puts them up by 5. Second one is good, getting both at the line, and it's a 6-point ball game.
And the lead now pretty healthy after that trip to the line.
Get outside, get outside.
6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Excellent D there from Ross. And they go to the intentional foul. He doesn't hit the first, and that was the one they really wanted. He's got one more, though.
I got shooter, man. Gotta get the rebound. Gotta get it. Big rebound. Let's get it.
And he can't make the second free throw either, missing both.
Not much time to work for the basket here.
Yep, they got to get a steal or foul to stop the ball.
Kick it out. Kick it out.
Use that. Huh?
Number 16, defended by Ross. It's rebounded by Perez. And now we've got the intentional foul. So the first one drops, and that makes it a 7-point lead.
I got shooter. We're going to push it on the net. We're going to push it on the net.
Rebound.
So he gets them both, and it's an 8-point game. Time call here. The Hawks decide to talk it over. They're down by 8. 6 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Guys, what's your take?
Well, they can call timeouts all they want, but it's not going to do a whole lot of good at this point.
Yeah, this one's about done. The writing's on the wall. There's nothing they can do to change this one.
And Atlanta has possession. Number 15. And so the Bucks take the win. Both teams played well, but these guys had the edge.
Yeah, I think so. They were just steak knife